There are 3 things that every nail tech must be doing in order to be successful for a long period of time. There's no arguing these. We're going to get right into it right now on the Biz Talk.
I really want to argue it.
What do you mean you want to argue it?
I don't know. I'm not even sure what we're talking about, but I kind of want to argue it just because you said I can't.
When did I say you can argue anything? You don't argue with me. I'm the CEO. Nobody argues with me.
I'm the CEO.
What I say goes. You know what's funny?
This is Monday. It feels like,
No,
I
it
don't
is.
know.
But you know what's funny is it doesn't matter what I say. Like, for her to be like, okay, like this doesn't happen around here. It's constant.
I got you. Don't worry, boss. Don't worry.
Okay. 3 things that every nail professional must be doing
Yeah.
to have success. Like, these are non-disputable.
They're not. I mean, I would have probably 5 or so years ago argued these.
Really?
Yeah. You know, there was a moment I didn't value
These things?
some of it. We'll get into it.
We're going to tell you what they are. Don't worry.
The other ones, yes. But the one especially, I didn't value it the way I do now.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into this.
Okay.
The first one is pretty darn obvious. It's education. Okay? Like, I don't think... I'd be curious if somebody argues, like, I don't need nail education to be an
I don't
awesome
want
nail
to
tech.
learn.
Right. But here, I think the bigger point here is not so much that people are going to dispute this or argue this, but are you actually going to do it? Are you actually going to continue to get education on YouTube or live or wherever it is? I think most of it is going to come through social media today.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness, because the convenience, you can practice techniques, you can get tons of content through all the social platforms and practice and improve your knowledge and expertise. But the thing that I think we see is that maybe a lot of nail professionals aren't taking that as seriously. And so your trends or what you're doing in the salon, the styles, the shaping, all that is stale, and you're doing the same stuff you've been doing for the last like 10 years. Yep. And that's going to affect your clients. I mean, how important is it to keep up on education on what's going on?
Believe me, I've heard it many times. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, and it's just a cop out. Like, I understand you have a clientele, and you know you should continue to learn, but
Right.
you just don't have the time. And what happens is slowly you start losing clients.
Yeah.
Because they want the up and coming stuff. They want the new trends. And really, it doesn't take much to keep up on it.
Yeah.
But if you don't,
You're going to be in trouble. I mean, especially today with access to every platform. It's so available now. We're feeding so much education daily. Like, there's no reason not to get the information and stay up on
do it
stuff.
at home, right before bed, whatever it is.
Right.
And I think there's that stubbornness of but I have a clientele, or I've had a clientele. I've paid my dues. I shouldn't have to do anymore. And they may not say that out loud, but I think
They're thinking it.
You're thinking it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Things change.
Yeah.
Life happens, and you just don't. We've seen techs completely, because they've had to move, change, have changes in their life. All of a sudden, they have no clientele and they have to rebuild.
Yeah.
It happens. So you got to stay up on your trends. You got to stay up on education. There's no 2 ways about it. Here's another one that is absolutely essential for like long-term career, right? You got to practice, right? And so like if you see like a new trend or a new style come out, this kind of goes hand in hand with the first one, maybe like education and practice. I think they kind of go hand in hand, but we're going to separate them and call them 2 things. But you've got to practice these things: styles, shaping, gel. You've got to practice in order to execute.
You can't watch TV on how to drive and then think you're going to get in the car and drive.
Correct.
Right? You have to like think you can watch something all you want.
Yeah.
You can even practice it maybe on one finger over and over and over. It's not the same as doing it on all 10 fingers. It's
Right,
not,
right.
you have to get that practical in.
Right. Yeah. There's no question about it. And I think like where I do a lot of practice is actually like sort of live. Right. And what I mean by that is like when we post content, to me it's practice, right? So if we're going to put out whatever 40 or 50 pieces of content a day, a lot of it is testing and like we're practicing and we're just learning, trying stuff, putting it out in the market, but you've got to do reps. You know, it's constant reps. For example, you know, like doing YouTube videos in the beginning, I practiced for a couple months before starting, but then I practiced posting them, and then you get better and better and better. And I think nails is going to be the same thing.
Absolutely. If you don't put it to the test on real people over and over and over again, you're not going to learn it. And it's even today we did something for a video, and I'm like kind of got an idea of how I'm going to do it, but I hadn't done it before.
Yeah.
And you know what? I practiced on stuff.
Right.
Now, in the back of my head, I'm like, if it doesn't work out, it's okay. I have a backup. It's going to be fine.
Sure.
But if I don't actually put the theory in motion, I'm never going to know.
Yeah. And again, I kind of like the blend of those two, education and practice. These two go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. And so if you're not, you know, up on your education, and if you're not practicing, I think you're going to be in trouble. You've got to stay up on these things, and you've got to execute against them to really stay relevant. And also, here's the thing. This kind of leads into the next thing. Things are changing so fast right now with social media and with technology. Yeah. Even trends. We're seeing like milk bath, whoosh, gone.
It's
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
It's in and out. It's like we can barely do a video on it, and it's like, okay,
it's
what's
gone.
the next thing?
Yeah, what's the next thing? So like you've got to stay up on all the trends through education. Then you've got to practice them so that you can offer your clients these looks, some of these trends happening in the market, which leads me into the third, probably, you know, like one of the most important things outside of technique and being able to do nails for your business is having a really solid social media marketing game. And I think this is what you were talking about earlier, correct? Like this is something that you thought yourself, Tracey, maybe wasn't so important.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. It might have been a little longer than 5 years ago, but it was just like, oh, come on, really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I said this, and I think I said it to you and many other people, is if you have enough time to be on Instagram, you're not a busy tech.
Dude, I remember hearing that over and over. If you're on social media, you're not busy. You're not busy.
And no, it's you have to make the time.
Yeah.
And you have to do it. It is marketing. This is how we market these days. It's a different ball game. Yes, I'm older, so I had to learn a little bit. But what happens if I move? What happens when I decide to go back into nails? What happens? You know, all these different things. If I didn't keep up on that marketing, I'm going to be in trouble.
Here's a good example for you to take away of why it's so important to have your social media marketing game down. Okay. And by the way, there's about, I don't know, 1 billion videos that we have on different social media marketing techniques that you can go back and watch to kind of hone your skills. But here's why. After almost 3 years of doing this, every single day, I literally feel like you could drop me into any business, whether it's a nail business, it could be selling wires. If you put me in charge of Wires Inc., okay, as insane as that sounds, I'm telling you, I can move product because I will talk about wires and how interesting they are and the different types and the sizes, and I will make content around it. and I will make satisfying videos on like whatever it's like there's this thing now of like you can take current marketing, which is social media, and drop it into any business, and really it's going to give that business exposure. And ultimately that is what's going to grow your business, which is what we're experiencing as a team right now.
Yeah.
We're experiencing growth in our business, and it's because of marketing, right? And the word social media just happens to be what it is today, but it's just today's marketing. That's what it is.
Yep.
You have to have a legit social media game. And so what do I mean when I say you need to have a legit social media game? You got to start, by posting content. Like that's step one. Once you get sophisticated, you can get into advertising your business locally on social media. We just did a video with that, did it with Russell from Sasha Group. Yeah, on some techniques that you can do right now to advertise on social media locally to drive business into your door.
And we know it works because not only are you doing it, but we have techs that are following it and they keep in contact with us, and it's working.
It's working. Yeah, like a lot of location marketing that you can do. These are things that actually work. And it keeps you relevant. And this is something that we always say. You don't know what to post? Go to our page. Look and see all the trends. See what's performing on our page. Try to, take those looks and show them to your clients and recreate them and post them on your page. Like, you do them on yourself and then you post them. If you don't have ideas for content and nails, you have to have marketing is an important part of business. I think all of us would agree. Like you can do amazing work, but if you don't give that work exposure, nobody knows about it.
Well, and let's say you don't need any business at all. Don't. But Stephanie and I were just talking about that on the real-time video is how much of a time saver is it for your clients to go to your Instagram page and be able to pick out what they're going to get?
It's got to be huge.
Just using it for that. Now, let's fast forward 6 months from now when all of a sudden you do need clients. You've already built that up.
Right.
You're ready to rock. Now you can go, okay, now I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the location marketing and all that stuff and turn the heat up.
That's exactly right.
But you're ready.
Yeah. So that's how I feel, right? Like that's why I'm saying you could drop me into any business and like I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I love talking to friends and family like, about their business.
You love talking.
Love talking. This is true. There's no stopping it. Like it's a freight train. Get out of its way. Blah, 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 blah. When I see families and friends, look, I'm just going to continue. When I see family and friends and they talk about business, my brain immediately is like,
yeah.
Oh my God, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. This is how you get exposure. Like I was talking to my cousin last night, for example. She's in the medical field pharmacy. And I was like, you can build up your LinkedIn profile because that's where you should be. And you can, build up to like 5,000 followers. And then you're going to have options beyond. Like I can't help it.
You don't get invited to family functions anymore, do you?
No. She was kind enough to come and visit me because she felt sorry for me.
Slowly backs out the door.
She's like, I'm out of here, bro.
I'll just sleep in the car, man.
Yeah. Car is good. But that's why it's important. And we value it huge here. So let's just sum this up. Okay. I know this sounds simple and we talk about it all the time, but the reason why we talk about it all the time, because we really want to shove it down your throats and hopefully you take this, because if you take this advice of what we're telling you, you can have an amazing career in nails and you can do really well and have time, like you can have your own schedule and you can make money. But to recap, because I just kind of threw myself off there, education and practice kind of go hand in hand. Yeah. We're going to call that 1 and 2. Do not let that go. And finally, number 3, social media marketing. Get your game on. Check out the videos that we've done on this. Hit us up in the comments below. Let us know if you have any questions on any of these things, and we would love to answer. With that, say thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next week on the Biz Talk.